Hey guys, this is Michael Gilbert from Cycle World Magazine, and in front of me is the 2020 BMW S1000RR. This thing is all new for 2020. It has a brand new engine, brand new chassis, 207 horsepower, 205 when we get it back here in the States. Fully updated electronic suite. This thing is going to be a missile. We rode it here today at Estoril in Portugal, and I am really impressed with the overall characteristic of this BMW S1000. First thing that really jumped out at me, and it sounds maybe a little bit silly, the auto blip and the quick shifter were much more refined than its predecessor. The predecessor, it was very easy to take a shift and have your chin slammed into the tank on upshifts, and having to wait for a pause to get that downshift done, it would kind of get stuck into a gear. So this one is butter smooth. They say they've taken settings from the HP4 race and applied it into the BMW S1000 right here. BMW has kind of called this lighter, faster, more powerful, and they've really done so. It's an all-new engine with the BMW shift cam technology, so it actually varies the intake cam timing at 9,000 RPM, so you still get the torque at the lower RPMs while it maximizes the power on the high end of the RPMs. 207 horsepower. The US model, when we get it back in the States, will actually be 205, 424 pounds, fully fueled. The bike we have here, this comes with the M race package. It has the HP4 carbon fiber race wheels, very light, helps getting the bike transition from side to side. It's very easy to maneuver. And then it also has the Pro Ride modes, which allow you to fine-tune the electronic suite to your liking, traction control settings, wheelie control settings, engine brake settings. They're all independently tunable, so you can dial it in for yourself. The suspension, it has the dynamic damping control BMW technology, which essentially is just like any other semi-active suspension. The chassis feels very light. It transitions from side to side and really just carves that apex easier than it has in the past. Another area of improvement for this BMW S1000RR in comparison to its predecessor, the predecessor liked to have a chassis wallow and a chassis weave exiting corners, especially under hard acceleration. The 2020 is very balanced. It likes to come off the corners. It doesn't put too much weight to the rear, but doesn't overpower the front. And same thing can be said as you run it off into turn one here at Estoril. From sixth gear to second, it doesn't feel like it's overloading the front end, and you still have a lot of confidence to turn it down into turn one and hit the apex. The brakes on this BMW S1000 are much better than the predecessor. The predecessor also had a very overly strong initial bite that kind of hindered its potential because you never felt like you wanted to give it full power. This particular setup, it's easy to grab a handful of lever and not overpower the front end, really get it into the corner with maximum confidence. That's it for our first ride on the 2020 BMW S1000RR here in Portugal. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe on YouTube, and we'll give you some in-depth testing, comparison testing, so stay tuned.